This is Charlie Parsons for Fight Hub TV. Delighted to be joined here just moments after the weigh-in between Oleksandr Usyk, Anthony Joshua in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. I interview your son an awful lot. Barry, the first time I interview you, how are you, sir?
Always good, always good. Happy to be here.
Let's talk a little bit about the weigh-in. Lots and lots of talk all week. Everyone expecting Usyk to come in heavier. Not the case. I think the same as last time roughly, and Anthony Joshua only £4 heavier than before. I imagine you would have known about AJ's weight before the weigh-in, but not so much Usyk's. Just your reaction to it all?
I don't really follow the weights too much because the skill sets are what wins fights. Weight doesn't win fights. I'm not surprised Usyk has got a system that works. Why should he change it? And Joshua is with a new camp who are obviously trying new things, and he's £4 heavier. It's not going to have a significant effect on the fight either way, so not surprised. We do listen to a lot of rubbish on build-ups, don't we? We all speculate, but the truth comes out when the boys actually come out on stage, and I thought they both looked in fantastic nick.
Obviously last time round not enough urgency and intensity from Anthony Joshua. Do you believe that the team up with Robert Garcia and obviously keeping Angel Fernandez within the team will give him maybe that little bit more? And Eddie Hearn, your son, said to me earlier on in the week, look, if Usyk ain't out there or in trouble by the end of the 6th or the 7th round, I'll be a little bit alarmed. No,
not necessarily. I don't really give too much attention to all of that. It's in the mind. It's in the mindset. You know, last time AJ didn't do enough. This time he'll do a little bit more. I'm not expecting him to do a lot more, simply because he's not going to panic. And I see AJ actually probably winning on points, but we'll see.
How does AJ have to box to win on points? Because obviously Oleksandr Usyk undefeated, undisputed at cruiserweight, unified at heavyweight.
Everyone looks good until they get hurt. So you have to hurt Usyk. You have to let him know you're there. Last time he probably only landed, I think, 4 concussive punches in 12 rounds of boxing. You have to hurt him. People's mindset changes when they're under pressure, and he has to be put under pressure. And this is not a punch up outside a pub on a Saturday night. This is 12 rounds of methodical boxing where you're breaking down a supreme athlete. It doesn't come easy. But then if it did, we wouldn't be here, would we?
Not that I want to speak it into existence, but if on Saturday night we do in fact have an Anthony Joshua loss, a lot of people have been saying, look, if AJ loses, he should retire. Obviously signing the long-term deal with DAZN. There's massive fights out there. We see Deontay Wilder's making a comeback. Tyson Fury keeps retiring and then coming back into the scene. And obviously Dillian Whyte, that rematch. Do you believe that if AJ is to lose here, we will see him again in the sport?
I love it when you say a lot of people will be telling him to retire.
No, not telling him to retire, but a lot of people saying that if he loses this, he will retire.
Yeah, a lot of people saying he will retire. It's amazing how you get so little knowledge from a lot of people that actually the day after would say they never...
So much speculation.
Pure speculation, which is good because it means we're all talking about the fight. AJ will do, as he always does, what's right for AJ. And I wouldn't want it any other way. So whatever he does, he has our support, he's part of our family. We will be with him for the rest of his journey, whatever he does. That's nice.
And just finally from me, obviously I heard Andy just speaking to you about it now, but able to land an absolutely massive fight for DAZN pay-per-view, Eubank Jr against Conor Benn. We had the fathers fight years back, rivalry in the making of the years, obviously made it a catchweight. Obviously not so much involved on the boxing side of things now, but must have been absolutely buzzing and can't wait for that fight week to take place.
The only regret I have from 40 odd years in the boxing business is I never did Eubank Benn 3, and I feel this has actually got it out. This has cleansed me. I'm back and I'm looking forward to this so much. It's a great fight, 2 great kids. The legacy, the backstories, I mean, it's an absolute monster for the man in the street that remembers the glory days in the 90s and wants to smell it, feel it and watch it again. And we won't be disappointed. These 2 are going to leave it all because they have got no choice. It's their destiny.
Well, Barry Hearn, thank you very much for your time and all the best.
Thanks, mate. Be good.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.